Well, I think everybody at one point or another has a story about education, whether it's about that teacher in the second grade that made a major impact for you, or who was your mentor, or who kind of motivated you. And in my case, I'm just one generation away from parents that my dad had a sixth grade education and my mom had an eighth. My mom in particular pushed me to go on to college, and without having that extra education and extra training, would not have had the opportunities that both myself and my family have had because of this education. Yeah, both our daughters went through the Wake County Public School System, from Knightdale Elementary to Lockhart, East Wake Middle to East Wake High School. And both of them were fortunate enough to go to the University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill, and one of them, Melissa, was a North Carolina Teaching Fellow. So again, education is kind of continued throughout our family, and the belief and the strength and the importance of having education. And one of the things I've also done is to kind of continue that as a grandparent, on birthdays. Our oldest granddaughter just turned 6, is making a contribution to their 529 plan, and the expectation that these children would make a contribution, so that we're again planning long-term for the future for their education. My daughter always wanting to be a teacher from her high school days. She even did some work during the summer at Ravenscroft, and she had gone down to the Y camp and taught down there as well, and got to Carolina, majored in English, and came back here into the Wake County Public School System and taught over at Wakefield for a number of years, and just enjoys working with the children and seeing them be able to learn. And I think I'm seeing that also later on in the family, as she's working with our two granddaughters, and how she spends so much time in helping them make sure that they're ready for school. My daughter, Melissa, was a teaching fellow at the University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill. And these are some of the brightest young people that go through our rigorous testing as far as on their academics and their extracurricular and their leadership. They receive a scholarship, and then in turn they come back and they teach in the North Carolina school system. Well, when I was, this bond is very important. When I was first elected chair in December for the third time, I made that my #1 goal, for us to have a successful school bond issue this year. We've not had a bond since 2006, and Chairman Sutton with the school board and myself got together to arrange joint meetings between the two boards. And so the boards met for about 5 months in developing this bond issue. And when we're expecting 20,000 young people over the next 4 to 5 years into our system, we know we need to make this critical core infrastructure investments so that we won't have overcrowded schools. During the first part of the year, also the commissioners